Exhale on the beat.
What's good, YouTube? We back with another episode of the TrakWolf Godcast. I'm your boy TrakBeatz. We got my man Cheno Bliss over in the building with us today on to the side. You know what I'm saying? We got Savage on the camera today, you know what I'm saying? We got a couple brands out here with us today, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all check out the merch and support, man, you know what I'm saying? We got the bully over here.
This my
you know
brother's brand, Naval.
Okay, yeah. Y'all make sure y'all tune in and support, man. We showing love. Make sure y'all hit that like, comment, and subscribe, you know what I'm saying? We're dropping a lot of jewels and knowledge for y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? But we got a special guest in the building with us today, you know what I'm saying? We got motherfucking XL on the beat in the building with us.
What's good?
What's good, bro?
Nothing much, fam. How y'all doing?
We doing good, man. Good.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, so tell the people, you know what I'm saying, how you got started with this whole XL flow, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, so probably like 2013, I was just coming back from overseas doing the Navy and whatnot. So I had just got out, I got back and I said like, yo, what am I going to do now? I was stuck at a crossroad. I didn't even know what to do with myself. And I grew up in a musical family. My dad plays the saxophone. My dad was in a band, all that stuff. My mom was a singer. So I was like, you know what? I tried making beats back in the day. Let me try to join again. So ever since then, been out here making these beats, sending them to people. Next thing you know, I started writing and everything. And I was like, you know what? Let me try, seeing what my rap game is like. So I did that for a little bit, but I wasn't feeling it as much, so stayed on the producer side, and I stick to what I knew. And
so how did you know which program to get as far as cooking up?
Alright, so 2013 when I came home, I met a dude named Shy from Richmond. We actually started in a group called 5.9, and right then and there he was making beats already, and I was like, yo, I want to learn how to make that joint. So I went, downloaded the demo version of FL Studio.
So that's the one he was using, so that's why you grew to that one first.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I started playing with it and everything, and within like 5 minutes he showed me how to use the program. The rest came with just trial and error, seeing what I liked, what I didn't like, and next thing you know, I was cooking up beats. It was like a group of 4 of us, and I was the beat maker.
How was your first beats when you started?
Trash. Like, I'm gonna be honest, they were trash, but they are actually hard. The reason why I say they were hard, because when you make beats to yourself, it's one thing to judge them, but when you like in a crowd full of people, you sit in a room, you in your zone doing your thing or whatnot, and you feel the vibe of the room, and everybody's like, yo, people start freestyling. I was like, alright, that's how I knew I was on to something, and we just went with that.
Okay.
Alright, that's what's good, man. So like, how did you find your technique as far as cooking up? Because we got producers up here, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta find your sound, your flow, you know.
We all got different sounds.
Yeah.
So finding my sound, I guess working with everybody. When I came back to Charlottesville and I started working with different producers, Doe Man, 808 Spin, y'all too, and just so on and so forth. People passing me jewels and stuff. I started picking up, different techniques from other producers and whatnot, and I was like, oh, I never thought about that, but if I did it my way, how could I, do it my way and make it sound good?
Yeah.
And then I got into a point where I felt like a lot of my beats people don't really realize until you really listen to them. I like messing with weird sounds. Don't judge me. I like weird shit.
Yeah.
I like making weird shit actually sound good in melodies. I like playing more so, instead of a digital sound, I like more acoustics and everything. So you'll get a lot of my guitars, you'll get pianos, you'll get all that stuff behind it, because all through high school I used to be in a band, and I just like the sound of that.
Yeah.
It fills the room.
You played the instrument when you was in the band?
Yeah, I actually was playing lead snare.
Right. Yeah. I didn't take any lessons or anything, you know what I'm saying? I kind of jumped in with the flow, you know what I'm saying? I let the vibes take me, you know what I'm saying? But that's what's good. What was your flow for you?
I don't even know. I don't know. My flow. I don't know, bro.
Well, we all got a flow, you know what I'm saying? We happen to be able to explain our shit, you know what I'm saying? But in the process, you know what I'm saying? As far as like cooking up and doing your beat thing, you know what I'm saying? What made you want to transition over to like try to start doing the rapping thing over your beats? Was they not like reaching people, not being heard, and you was just like, let me start doing it myself to see if this is what I want to do, or did you have another spin to it?
I mean, that was a partial thing, but then I realized every time I made a beat, I was rapping behind it. And it was one day I was chilling with my brother Jay, and we sitting there, I'm making a beat, I started rapping and shit, and he was like, bruh, why don't you like actually do something with that? You make the beats and you write your own stuff. You already got both the material, so why don't you just do it? So I started doing a couple songs and everything. The first song I actually recorded in the Ville, I walked into Doe Man Studio. Shout out I Feel Famous.
Shout out I Feel Famous Studio. It
That's
really
a big
is.
studio.
It's a big studio, man.
And, you know, I was just chilling one day and, you know, I had wrote a song without any beat to it. I was sitting at the park in the mall with my son one time, letting him play, and I just started writing. Because at that time, I was going through some hard stuff, and I felt like, you know, that was the best way to get the stuff out without, you know, hurting anybody's feelings behind the stuff. So,
What you mean hurting anybody's feelings?
It was some personal stuff.
It
was some personal stuff. I can't get
so
out.
You was trying to get out some aggression.
Yeah, basically.
You trying to figure out a way to shoot some shots without making it look like you shot shots.
Basically. So I had to do what I had to do. But I walked into the studio, me and Doe chopping up and everything, you know, rapping about some stuff. And he put on some beats. And I started hearing one. I said, yo, hold on, play that joint again. And I started rapping to that joint what I had written. I was like, yo, this joint actually fits perfectly. So, boom, lay the joint down. Y'all can actually find the track on YouTube. The joint is called Broken Hearts. So, check it out. XL on the beat, Broken Hearts.
That's your first track or
First
that's your
track.
favorite one?
Nah, that's my first track I ever did.
Gotcha. That's what's good, man. That's what's good, man. Following the flow to put out some, get some tension release.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So like, I know like, as a musician, I have a certain ear and a certain preference for music, and I know engineers have a certain ear or a certain preference. Do you feel like you have a certain ear as a producer / beat maker, and is that something that developed in you, if so? Or is it something that just was there already? You know what I mean?
I feel like, I do have a certain preference. I will say I do. Because a lot of my beats are more lenient to the hip hop and, you know, the trap era and everything like that. But when it comes down to me actually, like, the things I've listened to that inspired me to make beats, I would say no, because I grew up listening to classical music. I was listening to country. The very first CD I ever bought in my life, I remember this to this day, I was in 8th grade. My pops took me over to Planet 9. The first CD I ever bought was Metallica Saint Anger. No cap. After
How the
that,
fuck you managed to pick that shit?
I was going through a phase. I was in my rocker mode and everything, and I heard the song.
You went through it the sample, or you just wanted to listen to it?
Nah, I just wanted to listen to it. Just, you know, to.
It ain't nothing wrong with vibing out to different music.
I used to listen. How old were you?
I was in 8th grade, so how old would that be?
It was last year. It's all good. We supposed to be able to listen to everything, you know what I'm saying? Country, jazz, fucking hip hop, classical, orchestra, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. I know I try to tune into everything.
Do you remember your first CD? I remember my first CDs was, ironically, it was Alien, Ant Farm, Linkin Park.
Yep.
And D12.
Oh shit.
I was crazy too.
Mine is more, DMX and Lauryn Hill.
That's drastically different. We was all like... What was yours? You remember yours?
My very first CD was Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt. My oldest brother gave it to me.
Classic.
That was my first CD.
That's my first CD I loved. Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with it. It was alright. Wasn't one of my favorites.
Mine was the Black Album.
So did any of your music you listen to help tune you better as far as what you cook up? Besides like the producers that we already named, like you kind of be around vibing with?
I mean, yeah, like it made me have my own style and my own versatility to it and everything, because I listen to a lot of stuff even in the industry, and you might have some producers who like to, you know, sample this, sample that, but I haven't really seen anybody who has really stretched it to a whole nother round. Like, I've never heard anybody sample, let me see, we got country hip hop now, but I've never seen nobody sample an actual country song.
Yeah.
Name one person that's ever sampled Tennessee Whiskey.
I'm pretty sure it's been some country songs sampled, but as
know
far as thinking of one right off the top, you know what I'm saying?
And then finding a way to take that, flip it, and make it sound probably 10 times better than what it was originally, and put an edge to it. Like, do something that, you know, that's the main goal for all producers. We try to do something that's never been done.
But I think the hard part for producing sometimes is it's a lot of artists that already got their sound and their way that they want to go. So, like, I don't know. You can do it that way, you know what I'm saying? But like the main route where it's like you see the most success at is where you see artists lock in with the producer, you know what I'm saying? Like they create the sound together. They don't just say, oh, I found the producer close, I'm gonna make him make my sound. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I fuck with your sound, okay. I fuck with your sound too, you know what I'm saying? So let's figure out a way to put this thing together so that way it ain't like you can still cook up on what you feel and vibe, you know what I'm saying? Ain't you so much stressing as far as like getting it to sound an exact certain way.
Yeah.
When you collab, do you just pick and choose, or you just like, fuck it, I collab with you?
Nah, like when I actually collab with people, I say it's more of a pick and choose and whatnot, because there's some certain elements that person holds that I'm like, alright, bet I like that sound. I like how he made that melody, or that drum pattern was dope and stuff like that. And then, you know, that's how I pick which ones I really feel.
Yeah. So have you? How much support do you feel like you have gotten since you began producing around here?
Honestly, I think I got pretty good support of everybody around here. Like, I can't think of not one person that doesn't support what I do. And then vice versa, I support everything that everybody else do to 100%. So I feel like if, you know, the support level, it's a mass majority.
So how has the process been for you recently, since now you kind of getting into a groove to where you perfecting your sound more, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's actually,
you finding yourself with more artists now?
I actually am at this point in my life. I'm finding myself working with a lot of people, and I got a couple projects that are about to come out. I'm not gonna get into too much detail about those, but trust me, something's about to change.
That's what's good, man. That's what's good. So is your process more so of reaching out and in the DMs and in the emails?
Yeah, I be reaching out, and then vice versa, people be reaching out to me and everything, and that's how I go about like what I really want to do. Like, I try not to overload myself with certain things.
Yeah.
But I always look for a good opportunity in doing something with certain people and stuff like that. If I feel like it's a good move, I'm making that move. If I don't feel like at that time it's not the right move, but it could be the right move later on down the road, you know, that's how I analyze it.
Gotcha. So how was that feeling when you got like your first artist to do a visual to one of your beats?
Actually, that joint actually felt dope. Cause just knowing that finally somebody can actually visually see me now, like see my works in the process, it's a good feeling. It's better to see it than to just hear it. It comes more alive.
Yeah, it feels more real to you.
Exactly.
So when did you get your first experience of that?
First one will be shout out 700 Quells. Y'all go check out the video pace.
Yeah. Shout out 700. Yeah, he definitely putting in some work, you know what I'm saying? Got the 40 joint too. Your boy TrakBeatz shot that shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go check that shit out too, you know what I'm saying? So
and thank you, bro, for shooting that joint, bro.
Yeah.
You did your work on that.
Man, we working, you know how we do, man. We constantly grinding and putting in that work, man.
So like, as an artist, when I make art or music, I feel like it's a reflection of me, and I'm trying to show the world a piece of me. Do you feel the same way about making beats?
Yeah, because I make beats off of emotion, and to be able to show those emotions through sound is a good feeling that other people can now be like, oh, okay, I see what he do. I understand it a little bit more now. It's not just sitting there making a beat and somebody gets on it. It's painting a picture without any words ever having to be going.
Thanks.
And as transparent as you can be, how does it feel when people aren't receptive to something you created?
I mean, to me, all opinions don't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, it's either you're gonna like it or you're not.
So what about the ones that don't like it?
Hey, if they don't like it, it's just not for them. I mean, it's no hard feelings behind
So
it.
do it have to be like a certain relationship with you and that person for it to have a certain effect on you?
Nah, it could be my closest nigga. My nigga say, hey, look, I just don't fuck with your shit. Then, hey, you don't fuck with my shit. That's cool. But
What if it's just that one beat?
then I'll make sure the next one that I do after that is going to be harder so you do like it. I will find a way to make you like my stuff.
So it motivates you in a
but
certain sense.
but the opinion still matters to a certain extent.
To an extent.
Yeah.
To that beat that was made.
Because he close to you, so now you want to make another beat.
Yeah.
Show him like, I ain't gonna put that. All right, you ain't have to like that one. See, I was doing something different with that one. Now I'm gonna show you. Now I know what you want me to do.
Yeah, that's part of what used to drive me as an MC, like, just to be like, oh, y'all ain't say I'm the nicest yet. All right, hold up. Oh, not yet. All right, I got you.
For some reason, it's always that doubt that motivates. You know what I'm saying? That little tick back there, that little itch. You know what I'm saying? That be like, yo, you know what? I don't really care, but I do care, so I'm about to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, I will say there is one person's opinion that does always matter because of my music. I will say my wife has a major influence on my stuff. Everybody else, I don't care. But her opinion does matter. Like, if she not feeling it, I know for a fact she ain't feeling it. If she telling me, hey, you need to switch it up and do something else.
Yeah.
So she sit through sometimes with you or hear you in the passing and gotta hear the same beat on the loop while you trying to get the right instrument together.
Nah, she even tried to do it herself. She had a 5 beat. Like, I actually had her started doing it. Had a 5 beat. Whole computer just crashed. Couldn't save nothing.
Burnt the computer up. That
she was
hot.
So
she was
like, yo,
fire.
it's not for me.
Gotcha. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? On that note, we're gonna cut to this break and we're gonna slide back to y'all. So we back from the break, you know what I'm saying? So what we about to get into now is, you know what I'm saying, we about to let XL explain a little bit, you know what I'm saying, about how the family kind of plays a major part into his, you know what I'm saying, journey into his musical path and, you know what I'm saying, towards life as well.
Alright, so the family. So as y'all know, I'm married. I got 2 kids. I got my boy Adriel, who was born on New Year's this year, and my oldest son Logan, who is 6, March 5th. day after mine. So
2 boys?
Yep. I'm blessed.
Back to back. That's what's good.
So music and family life, it hasn't been the easiest. Cause at a young start of this, my son Logan was just coming into the picture and everything like that. I was really on to something with my music, and I knew at that point, in my mind mentally, I was like, yo, if I don't do this, if I don't give it 100%, it's never gonna go nowhere. And I used to put so much time in the studio, going to different events, traveling here, traveling there, that I wasn't paying enough attention to my family.
Yeah.
And it hit me one time when I was watching a T-Pain video. He was talking about how the music industry almost messed up his life because he was putting too much time into it and not enough time where it needed to be. And I knew at that point, like, all right, hold on. I'm going to have to make a transition here because she not feeling it right now. Even though I feel like I'm doing something right, I'm not listening to her no more and all this other stuff. So I had to put a pause on it for a second.
Yeah.
We're going to fast forward. My son Adriel came in. I'm sitting here like, oh snap, this is getting real. I got my second child now. I gotta make something different here and everything.
Yeah.
So having a second son, I can say that slowed me down, and also this whole pandemic. And during this pandemic, it allowed me to really analyze what's more important in my life. Music is always going to be there. We already know that.
Yeah.
It might progress, but it's always going to be there. But my family only got one of those.
Yeah.
So, before y'all got married, how did you know she was going to be the one you wanted to marry?
I bet. So, the first time we met, the crazy thing is I met her on MySpace.
Oh, boy.
Off MySpace.
Damn, way back.
It was
Junk don't even load no more. Boy, okay.
Yo, and we can be real about it. Back then, I was still a dog. I was still doing, whatever I wanted to do. But I was scrolling through my friends list, and it's like every day I would just happen to see her picture for no reason. It just stuck out every time. And I was like, no, I'm not going to talk to the skip. No, I'm not going to talk to the skip. And then one day I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to talk to her. So I said the corniest thing. I said, hey, look. I'm trying to holler. Here's my number. Hit me when you want to talk. And left it at that. Never introduced myself or nothing. And she was like, and you are? I said, just a person who's really interested.
I'm trying to add you to my top 8.
Yeah.
What you trying to do?
Thirsty in the box.
It worked.
So, we've been together since high school. And it hasn't been the easiest journey. She really has put up with a lot of my BS through the years. But it was like, just to know how down she was, for me, for the, even the hardest stuff. Even when I went through my hardest time, she was still there. When I went off to the military, she was still there. When I came back and we were just dating, and I moved to a whole nother state, she was still in my corner. So through all that, I was like, why not make her the one?
So like y'all met in high school. At what point did the first child come?
First child came at 21. So a couple years after we done got out of high school. I graduated 2010. So yeah, it was like 2014, 2013, 2014 is when the first child came to play, and it was
by
like,
accident or on purpose?
I was open to it.
I knew what I was doing.
I won't wear no raincoat or nothing. But I'm gonna try, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, it was by accident and on purpose at the same time, but
couldn't stop it, baby. You know what I'm saying?
But we both had like this rule that whoever I get pregnant is just gonna be the one off the rip. And I knew at that time I had no regrets for getting her pregnant, so I was like, I already want to make you the one anyway. So boom. After that, while she was pregnant, we got married at the same time.
Boy, I would have been shaking in my boots at 21 if I would have had a baby.
Did you have like a big wedding, or like you How did you do it?
Yeah, it was pretty big. It was like her family, my family, and everything we did at my church and everything like that. And I would say it was pretty big for what we had.
You ain't get the shaky knees, did you? Up
Nah.
He's like, my knees were solid out there.
James Brown yeah. That's a big step.
Yeah, 21, that's a big step, boy.
So y'all had it done before the baby popped.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then you went to the Navy after?
No, I went to Navy before, right out of high school.
Gotcha.
How was that?
Different. Different. Like, I could be honest with y'all.
So you did like a year or 2 years?
Yeah, and then I got out on medical, developed sports-induced asthma.
Excuse. The fuck, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
He was like, I was tired of being there, baby.
I
You
know
told me to say, baby.
They told me to say something to get the fuck out of here. They said I can use my asthma, right? Here's my pump.
Yep.
I hid this shit from y'all in the beginning. Yeah, that is crazy.
Yep, right up out of there.
So you got deployed overseas too?
Nah, I was still on coast.
Okay. You was just like, this shit ain't for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's good, man. My nephew went and did that shit. And I respect him for doing it. I got a lot of my family that went around doing that shit. But I had told him what's up before he went over there. You know what I'm saying? He got over there and I was like, yo, you was right. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Word.
ain't about being right. I just want to drop the knowledge on you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, this shit ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? So then he slid back. You know what I'm saying? And started grinding a different way. You know what I'm saying?
So, did you feel any pressure when the second child came in to be able to sustain your own life, sustain your marriage, sustain both kids?
Oh, yeah. Because I already knew the second one was going to be the one. They always say the second one is the worst. I love my son to death.
He's like, there's something to that.
Y'all see the sweet side of him online, but you see him behind cameras and all that stuff, yo, he be whooping
So
my
are they
ass.
falling? Have either one of them like started doing what you doing or be interested in what you doing?
Well, my youngest son, he actually started making beats too. I got him doing it. His little name is Locked. So I let him do his thing. We actually did a track together and everything. We actually did a whole collab and everything. That was actually pretty dope.
Yeah, that's what's good,
So,
man. Hell yeah. How old is the youngest one?
The youngest one is 11 months. Be 12 New Year's. I mean, 1 New Year's.
Wait, that's the one you started?
No, the oldest one is the one I started.
Got you. So he using the same program.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to maneuver around there and everything. Damn, that's what's good, man. That's what's good. He got a YouTube channel?
Nah, he ain't got one. He be watching it. I don't know what's up with these kids and these YouTube channels. Like, he'll do stuff, but in the process of doing something, he's watching somebody else do stuff too. And I'm like, dude, you got the same thing. Why are you watching somebody else play Minecraft and you have Minecraft? Like, I don't know what's up with these kids.
That's what I be trying to tell my daughter. If you
people.
gonna watch them, then you gotta start doing it too. Like, at least put yourself in the same place. You gonna watch the videos? Look, here's the setup right here. Make your video so you can do the same thing.
Exactly. Like, my son's a beast at Mortal Kombat.
So you showed him how to connect so he can stream his shit or do what
I
he
have
gotta do?
not.
So what's the hold up?
Just me.
The seed has been planted.
Yeah, I know. It's out there now. Like, ain't no take back, so.
That is facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get them on there. That's what's good, man.
So, like, where are you from? Where were you born? Where were you raised?
I was born right here in Charlottesville.
And, like, what area of town were you raised in?
Out past the airport, like right there, Broward, Camelot area.
Gotcha. County.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it like? Because I grew up in a city, so what was it like out past the airport, man? Like, I have no idea.
Growing up out there, yeah, that joint was lit. When there was a lot of kids, before all that stuff got there and there was nothing but woods and whatnot, it was actually pretty dope out there because we had the river we used to go fishing and swimming in. We had dirt bike trails through the woods, actual jumps, all that stuff there. People that would skateboard, and you would see like a bike club of like 20 people just riding bike, all kids just going wherever.
On the side of the highway.
Yeah.
Or in the area, the subdivision, because that shit pretty big too. The whole subdivision pretty big too. Yeah, because there's nothing else right there. So like, you really ain't got no choice.
That's more to do out there than it is to do in Charlottesville.
Well, what happens is you gotta have a bag to be over there, so of course everybody's gonna be okay in that area. You know?
Resourceful.
Everybody got houses, you know what I'm saying? It's all houses, so it's like.
And they build them more back there.
Yeah.
So like, you grew up in the county the whole time? What was it like when you came to the city compared to the county? Because like, when I grew up, we would look at the black county kids like, like y'all not black like that. Like, I ain't trying to be funny, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, because I never really got a chance to ask nobody that's black from the other side, like, did you get treated different? Like, people act funny? Like, because people act funny with me when I went to Albemarle, you know what I mean? Like,
came from the city.
Because I came from the city, you know what I mean? Like,
see, I never really saw no difference. No, shit. I always thought we were the same, so I never paid no attention to it.
Nah, they see the difference.
Nobody invite me to fish and ride dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Like, I left out. I'm like, y'all doing that?
Ain't no space for that.
It's like, take our
They
dirt
still out
bike.
there on dirt bikes before women sitting in the trails.
Bruh, I knew nothing about this life.
I can only imagine that shit over there, man. It's a nice little key spot, though. You know what I'm saying? So, how was it, with you and the wifey and the fam, you know what I'm saying? Like, just going through, like, your obstacles in life and then trying to maintain everything else you got going on the side, like as far as, like, your job and your music life, you know what I'm saying? So, like, how do y'all push through these obstacles when they do arise?
Well, before we, you know, like any other couple, you'll argue, have a fit, this and the third, don't want to hear the other side and everything, you know. But now we done got to a point now in our life where it's like, alright, if you yelling and I'm yelling, then are we even listening to each other anymore? So we'll talk about things and try to communicate more on, you know, alright, this is what's wrong, this is what we need to do to fix it, let's get it done. If we need to take a break period and take a time out and get our shit together, then you know, we go our separate ways. She take her side of the house, I take my side of the house, cool off, come back in the middle, let's talk it out again. Ain't no point of yelling.
It sounds like a pretty good strategy. You know what I'm saying? Is it just because y'all blended so well together, or is it something that y'all, like, a continuous work process?
Continuous work. Like, it wasn't always just like off the rip, like, hey, let's try this. It was like, alright, we're getting nowhere with, you know, what we're doing, so it's time to try something else and see how that works out for you.
Yeah. I can only imagine. Y'all been married for a pretty long time, you know what I'm saying?
Just past 7 years, November 30th.
So, like, doing the beats and as far as, like, having a fam, you still have to invest in to certain things as far as, like, certain VSTs and programs and different things, and you still got to market yourself out, you know what I'm saying? So, what do you do to fund yourself?
I have an actual job, you know, that I do. I won't go into detail of that, you know, for security purposes. That they say I can't talk about it. Yeah. But I use that funding, and, you know, that's how I managed to, you know, buy what I need to buy a certain VST, because VSTs do cost. Yeah. But if you ain't making no money, then how you gonna buy the VST? So you need some type of, you know, funding to do that.
Sound like you in these streets, boy.
Look, I can't
talk about it for security reasons.
Security reasons.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay for it, right?
Top flight security in the world, crib.
Not just the city crib.
Yeah, that's just good. So that's like a lot, the budget. So how much of that time does that take up from you?
It takes up a mass majority of my time. But I found a way to, you know, if I could squeeze time in when I'm not doing anything, like, alright, so I wake up, I go to work, I probably put in anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day, off the rip. But when I come home, it's like, alright, let me be on daddy duty for a little bit, boom, 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 boom. alright, babe, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just sitting here watching an anime on my phone. I'm about to go make some beats. This is time I could be using to be doing something that I need to be doing. So I found a way to balance it out. But, you know, even when you making music, sometimes that can take up some of your time too. You get so lost in just doing what you doing that 4 or 5 hours done went by. Now you're looking at your phone like, oh snap, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Shit, right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember we was talking about some like marketing and promotion strategies too, because you do have to use your time wisely. Like, how are some ways you go about finding marketing and promotion strategies, and what are some of them that you have found helpful?
See, the way I go about finding stuff, I try to talk to other people in the same field that I'm in, music. So, you know, the whole music field. And I listen to things like how they promote their stuff, strategies that they do, like when to do it, how to do it, what services to use, or what app you should be downloading. And I go about it and everything like that, trying different things out to see what actually has the better benefits of promoting and reaching other people. Because people can reach, you know, top people in the game, celebrities, other artists, rappers, producers, whatnot, but there's a lot of independent people out there that sound just as good as people that are in the industry.
Yeah.
So why not try to work with, you know, somebody who's on your level right now, and maybe you can get somewhere from starting there and work your way up. Because the more you put out product, the more you get a sound.
I definitely agree.
And what are some avenues that you have found helpful, the most helpful, with marketing and promotion?
I find, of course, Instagram is always a good way to do it. I see a lot of artists out there. I found like 2 other apps my people's put me on this week and everything, and it's nothing but independent artists who are just as hungry as anybody else in this game that want to work with other people, that want to hear not just mainstream people. We want to hear what you have, and it's new and they're booming now, so it's like,
That's the name of the app?
You got Loom, and for anybody who has an iPhone, check out Clubhouse.
Yeah, any artists, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking for another way to network, you know what I'm saying? Definitely check them out. And I'll make sure I drop the links below, you know what I'm saying? So, but on that note, we're going to slide to this break and we're going to swing right back to y'all. So we back from the break, you know what I'm saying? So what we about to get into next, you know what I'm saying, is Excel's spiritual growth in his belief system, you know what I'm saying? So as far as that goes, you know what I'm saying, were you raised in the church growing up?
I was.
So what was your church belief system that you grew up in?
Non-denominational, still Christianity. We just don't believe in branching out and all these different avenues and whatnot. It's God.
Gotcha. So is that like something that you still follow to today?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. I definitely do. My mom's an elder, my dad's a minister, so church is a very big part. I'm a drummer. Also work in the sound room, doing everything, all the mixing and everything.
Yo, for sound room.
Yeah.
You in a pretty big church. I was about to say, I don't know too many churches with a sound room unless it's a big church.
You said something about the drums. You always learn how to play the drums, or somebody taught you?
No, I actually learned how to play the drums. I remember I was young, and my parents always said I used to always have a stick, and my hands started beating on stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come in the kitchen when my mom was cooking and had the pots and pans on there, and I'm sitting there just acting like it's a drum set, and they were like, oh, well, let's give them a drum set. And I started playing and everything like that, and I was like, yo, I need to get a little bit better. How can I do it? And my dad went out and bought, it was a VHS tape of, you know, how to play the drum set. And I watched the video for like a week or so, and I was like, all right, this is boring. Let me actually try stuff myself and just feel it.
How old was you around that time?
I probably was like 4 or 5.
That's interesting, because like something like playing the drums, I don't understand it, and I can barely grasp the concept of someone teaching themselves something that seems so technical. You know what I mean? Like you never had any guidance in playing the drums. You just
once you catch rhythm, it's kind of
yeah. Cause I used to dance too, so it's like you just feel on the rhythm when you do it.
Okay.
So what age were you when you started playing the drums at the church?
I was 13.
Oh, so you was backup or you was like leading out there in the church?
Actually, when I went to this church, I was playing the congos at first. And then there became an opportunity where I was able to play the drums, and ever since then I've just been playing the drums.
Oh man, that's crazy. We had an episode about Congo. Y'all check that out. And we got some drums named Congo. You see how that works?
So like, for me, religion, when I was younger, it was something that I wanted to do, and then I was separated from it when I was introduced to it as a teenager. Again, it was something that was forced on me. Was this something that you were always receptive to, or something that grew on you? You know what I mean?
I'll say growing up, it was something I wanted to do, but it also felt like it was something I was forced to do. And when I got old enough, when I went off to the Navy, when I came back, moved to Maryland, Cali, all that stuff, I stopped going to church altogether. Because I wanted to see what it was like not going. I wanted to see what was the purpose of me going in the first place. I was just feeling myself. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do me. See how that works. And a lot of shit just started going south off the rip.
Like in what way? Like, what's your perception of going south after you left that?
Having accident after accident. Waking up in the backseat of somebody's car.
Oh shit! Good ass night, bro.
Gone, to the point where I felt like I almost, OD'd a few times and stuff like that. I was, just trying dumb shit.
Yeah.
And it brought me back to church, and it was like, every time I'm here, good stuff happens. Every time I walk away, it just seems like I just find the devil waiting for me out there. So
do you feel like that's the only place you can kind of keep yourself maintained?
To a degree, yeah. Like, it's, to me at this point, because, I used to get picked on about it when I was in school. Like, everybody was like, oh, you go to church more than Jesus. You go to church.
I ain't never heard that one. Hold up, my bad.
At the time I was going on Sunday, I was going on Wednesday, I was in practice on Saturday.
Yeah, I was in church a lot too. Yeah.
So, people used to pick on me on that, and I'm like, all right, well, at the end of the day, I'm getting blessed. So make fun of me if you want to. And
so do you feel like you can't receive those blessings if you're not at that facility?
No, because honestly, I know that when the Bible talks about the church, they're talking about yourself. You are the building. I don't have to be in a physical building, but that building to me feels like a safe haven. Like, I feel safe there. I feel comfort there.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that I need to be in the building, but at the same time, when you done been through a long week and you just know you got a place where you can just dump it all out at, I do.
Yeah. Yeah, some people do stuff like that in therapy. Some people do it all in alcohol. Some people talk to their homeboys or family.
But and the trick with that is it's like the energy transfer. So it's a good place. I guess it's a good place to transfer energy to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What type of kid was you in church?
Hey,
was you a sleeper, a runner?
I'll say I was more the sleeper, and I don't know. Big Lean. I know all y'all know Big Lean in here.
Yeah,
So
sure.
We used to go to church. Me, Big Lean, R.I.P. Bubbles. We all used to go to church together. And it was 1 minute we playing tic-tac-toe. Next thing you know, we battling on who could draw the best shoe and everything like that. We were them kids that our parents would be in the choir sitting there looking at us like giving you the point like,
Oh yeah, I definitely got a point.
wait till I get home.
My mom would try to make me sing the songs. I don't know these songs. I'm like, sing.
Them services service was too long. I just hate it when they would, like, when we playing and we not listening, and then y'all tell us to chill out, and we finally chill out, and then it's like I fall asleep. It's like, you waking me up to listen. I don't know what the pastor talking about at this age. You know? I don't know what he talking about, but you wake me up and making me sit here like this. So I just sit here and keep fighting my sleep. Like,
you don't realize how.
Let me lay down on the back row and stretch out. You know what I'm saying?
Every time you go to sleep, you snoring. You don't realize that's why they waking you up.
I could remember a kid that had a sunrise service where, you know, you used to go before the sun was up. I snored so loud through the service as a kid, the pastor even said from the pulpit, just let him sleep.
Sleep, Lord, let him sleep. He need it. He need it.
He's upside on the back bench. Put him on the bench.
I was out.
Oh, so is that something that you continue to do with your kids as well?
Yeah, I make sure that they know that they got a place that they can go to when they feel some type of way.
Every Sunday kind of thing, every other Sunday.
Every Sunday.
What's some things that you personally got from church besides for a safe haven, and what are some misconceptions that people have about church and church people?
For me, things that I got from just being in church, the church that I go to personally, I can speak on, like, is nothing but love. Especially my bishop, he is nothing but love. It doesn't matter who you are. I know for a fact that he'll give the shirt off his back if it come down to it. This man shows you like what it is to be out here and be Christ-like. Like, I went up to him one time and I was like, oh, that's a Gucci scarf. I said, oh, that's nice. 30 seconds later, he was like, here. I'm like, dude, you giving me actual Gucci? Like, come on now, I ain't gonna just take this off you. He said, nah, you like it, here, take it. I was like, all right, well, then bet.
Yeah, I've only experienced that in Africa one time. Yeah, I know how amazing it is when a black person, like, what? Okay, thank you, I guess. Yeah.
Nah, but like misconceptions of church and everything, like, I mean, it depends on what the misconception is, because I never really had a person come up to me, but like, oh, yada yada, well, you know, whatever about church and everything like that.
Yeah. Like, most common misconception that I can slightly agree with is that most Christian people are closed-minded or narrow-minded.
No, not at all. I can honestly say that, because even though we believe in the word, you know, the Bible and everything, we still realize that, you know, we're here on earth. And just because I don't understand something doesn't mean you're completely wrong about it. And there are going to be some radical Christians out there that were like, oh, that ain't nothing but the devil, I don't want to hear that, yada yada. Yeah. But not everybody thinks the exact same way on how it fits for them and everything like that.
So when you follow a belief system like that, how do you distinguish which parts you want to follow and which parts you shouldn't follow?
Well, for most people, yeah. There's things that works for them, the way they want to be like, oh, I like that scripture, but I don't like that one and everything like that. Me, I take the Bible as a whole. I might not be perfect. I might have my sins and stuff like that, but
so
I still believe.
So how do you feel about me? Because I don't go to church, and I don't have the same belief system, but I don't have anything against it.
I don't feel no difference towards you and everything, because at the end of the day, you know, everybody has what works for them. You don't have to go to church. Doesn't mean I don't have to like you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's a whole bunch of religions out here. I'm not going to say that any religion is actually wrong. It's just perspective, in my opinion.
Have you ever personally come across a radical Christian?
Yeah. Yes, I have. Like, I mean, even in the news and whatnot, like, if you look at the news, you can see people that are radical Christians. Like, we've seen some of these shootings out here where the people say, oh, I'm killing in the name of Jesus. Doesn't mean that every Christian is going to go out here and grab a gun and say, I'm killing in the name of Jesus. Just like a Muslim. Muslims are not gang. Muslim is...
I mean, we all know all the KKK was Christians.
Yeah.
The whole squad was Christians.
Yeah.
So how does it feel like? How do you disconnect? Like, I guess that's where I get confused at with the process sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like picking certain parts to flow with and then not acknowledging other parts of it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we want to believe it and follow it, but we don't want to hurt nobody else's feelings, but this is what we believe in, but that's what this is telling me. That's what it's saying. If we not following, I mean, that's as far as any of the belief systems. Exactly. They got a downside if you're not following them. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that is the part that, yeah, because it's just like, hey, man, and I'm not saying this is your perception, but it's just like, generally it seems like, hey, man, yeah, everybody got their own life, but if you ain't following this shit, then you wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there
it's
are
just
people
like
like that. There are people like that.
Okay. But okay, that's not everyone's sentiment, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I definitely understand. So, I feel like when it comes to that, sometimes like it should be something else reformulated for the people that don't like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. For like your flow, and like I got family members that's part of the same flow. You know what I'm saying? That's like, all right. Something else should be formulated because this isn't connected to the radical part, you know what I'm saying? So it's like with anything, you know what I'm saying? Like you always, if you're gonna have that other opposite, then you have to detach. But what happens is like we all stand and linger, and then we kind of be like, yo, that ain't me. So we speaking as far as Christianity, but that's the same thing as far as, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess we can say culturally, you know what I'm saying? Like. We say like all white people ain't bad, but then we see a bunch of white people doing fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's the same concept.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? So it has to be like some kind of place where all of this gets separated so we can kind of distinguish stuff, because it's all just kind of thrown in a big ass pot together, and then we all kind of looking around like nobody know if they should still off on the next person. You know what I'm saying? Like what's your intentions? What's your intentions?
I heard Muhammad Ali had said, I think, it was Muhammad Ali.
The snake concept.
Yeah, the snakes. If it's 1,000 snakes and 100 of them are poisonous, but they all look the same, you don't got time to sort through and see which ones are poisonous. You know what I mean?
You're just gonna cose the door on all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't just find y'all 100. All right, y'all cool.
Yeah, I only got bit 70 times.
Yeah. So it's like just find the separation place. But I definitely like the concept of it, how it like gets you, it keeps you spiritually grounded, but it kind of maneuvers you how it wants to maneuver, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, I was raised in the church too, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of let me know that, you know what I'm saying, I should be spiritually somewhere, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't know where. But then once I got to my own place, I was able to dig around and kind of figure out where I felt like I believe I should be at, you know what I'm saying?
And that's where it should be.
Yeah.
As long as you feel your peace, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I agree.
I could definitely agree with that. So, what you got coming up next?
I got, like I said, I got 2 projects. Can't talk about them right now because me and the artists are
all these secrets. Can't talk about projects. I can't talk about shit.
Tommy from Martin. Boy.
I'm up here
got no damn job.
I just believe if I speak about the vision before it happens.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, we know where he works.
It's some secret visions in the work, you know what I'm saying? What else? What you got visible lined up that people can't know about?
Alright, well, y'all can go ahead, go to YouTube, check out Pace, 700 Quails, Track.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling you Track Guy.
Yeah.
Track Guy.
Yeah, man. Y'all tune in, man. It's the TrakWolf Godcast, man. It's been another great episode, man. We got Savage in the motherfucking building.
Shit.
We got Cheno in the motherfucking building. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all check out that TrakWolf Godcast IG, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, you know what I'm saying? It's TrakBeatz. We signing out.
Trail on the beat.
I keep my pace and never follow cause these niggas lost. Gotta play defense sometimes cause they'll try and cross. They wait until they man's eating, then they ride the dream. I never liked the cherry picking nigga on my team. My game is more mid-range and I ain't talking hooping. And they be scoring like Splash Brothers, they really shooting. Less is more, my nigga, we ain't never recruiting. Sticks made in Russia, I'm Vladimir Putin. Scooting, past these lames, you gotta pardon me. Realest nigga arguably, ain't a nigga harming me. Ain't a bitch playing me, ain't a nigga checking me. The feeling tastes good, I'm just trying to give them the recipe. They all know I am who I am, ain't gotta question me. You niggas ain't a man of your word, and that's especially. I'm everywhere, they never there, talking about catching me. Just may let you speak your piece, but don't do it aggressively. Skis are steady blowing my phone, talking about necking me. That bitch be blowing like it's a whistle, I let a referee pop the triple, ain't talking H, but that's a pedigree. Drank about a fifth for some rim, but she ahead of me. I keep it right by my side. See, that's my little friend. Trying to be two places at once. I need a fucking twin. The game too fucked up. It ain't no way to win. Goofy niggas tailing, still end up in the pen. These bozo niggas give me vibes like they dick riders, and I be in they bitch ocean like a ship driver. And she be trying to gas me up like I'ma get lava. See her in my missed calls. I still skip by batteries when dead on my skizzy. So I'm eyeing it. I don't give a fuck what I sell, cause they buying it. Hurry up and die, I ain't got time for you to be trying it. All they want is pressure in that bitch, so I'm applying it. Traffic serving like a way to do it all for the tips. 8 paws on them grips, I got extra shells for them shrimps. I got extra face for them tips. I get 20/20 for this flick, and I still finesse every day. I threw an extra gram on that Vic, made extra bands in that whip, made extra plays in that trap. Niggas extra cap and they rap, I be extra pressed for some dap. I be extra deep in these streets, no extra time for a freak. Gotta fit in my planner, she ain't seen the kid in 4 weeks. I got tired of eating up steak, so I went back to the noodles. He ain't in the cage with these pits, he be in the park with the poodles. I heat him up, no strudels, that's why I keep that Pop-Tart. Niggas living off rumors, this kind of beef they will not start. That bread don't make you real, designer don't make you drip.